Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. As you probably know, the Western countries, especially United States and especially United States, uh, tries to, through its sanctions that it imposes on Russia, tries to make Russia default on its foreign debt payments. And not by having Russia, first they try to drain Russia of its savings, and they freeze their outside stocks and money and whatever they have, assets. And then they try technical maneuvers to prevent Russia to be able to send the money to its creditors, therefore defaulting their payments. Now that's I would say a very low tactic, in a way that it's someone who owes you money and has the money, is willing to come and give you, but you don't want to get the money, or you prevent them from giving you the money, even if they come with the money in their hand and saying, you can't, you don't have access to come here or something. And I impose a certain kind of limitations, like, I don't know, you can't come, I build a wall, or if you cross the wall, I get the police to arrest you. And if you get out of jail, I don't know, I do something. So this is what I think, not I think, this is what the United States is doing. Um, Treasury Department is putting all kind of sanctions, and the Russians cannot use certain banks to make dollars transfer to the creditors and so on. As of now, they were allowed, but they were sanctions. The sanctions expired. So everybody's waiting for the Russians and call Russia as being the bad dude. But the bad dude said, well, we have money, we have the assets, we have the gold, we have the dollars, we have the euros, we have the amounts of funds. We just about these guys don't let us transfer the money to you. So then we're going to find different ways of doing it. And this article has to do with that, and it's they expected the result, because the Russians are not idiots. They're not idiots, and they were prepared. And remember, they're Europeans, and they're still Europeans, if you know what I mean. They have a slow rate of immigration, if you know what I mean. Now you know exactly what I mean. So um, we have here that the Business Insider by Phil Rosen, Rosenthal, Rosenbaum, Rosenstein, I don't know, Rosen, from Wednesday, May 25th. I was sitting on this one. I was like, let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to make this video about this. It's too important. And it says here, Russia says it will use rubles to pay dollar bonds after the U.S. ended a sanctions waiver. So Russia will use rubles to pay dollars bonds after the U.S. let a key sanctions exemption expire Wednesday. The Treasury previously allowed Moscow to send dollars payments through the U.S. financial system. Now they don't. Why? And they say, oh, he's not paying. See, he's a bad payer. Why? You don't let him pay. So there are factors outside of their ability to control, I guess. So Russia faces an, and I'm quoting, artificial situation created by an unfriendly nation, close quote, Finance Minister Anton Siluanov said. I think that statement expresses reality. But Russia said it will now service its dollar bonds using rubles after the U.S. let a key sanctions waiver expire Wednesday. The problem is, it's not only the Russians that will be hit, there will be the creditors. Now, the creditors are, some of them, I'm assuming, creditors to the United States as well. So these are not idiots. They want their money, and they know exactly who blocks the money from coming in their pockets. So they don't look at the Russians, oh, hey, Russians, you did not pay us because you are incapable or unwilling. They turn around and say, it's because these guys block the payment to me. So do you think they're going to love the United States for that? I don't think so. And then what are they going to say? Well, it's because of Putin invaded Ukraine. Well, that's a strategic decision to make. And these guys had nothing to do with that. They just inserted themselves in it. So however you want to put the blame on Russians, you have to put the blame on these guys who are actually the decision-making, I don't know, person or entity. They don't let you give him the money. They don't allow you. Use something else. I don't know if other methods are. And the Russian says, okay, we're going to adjust. Sorry, creditors. Next time when you do business with the United States, it can happen to you in various ways. They can change their rules of the game whenever they want. Do business with them. That means losing credibility. Then it's a big thing in the business. All right. So according to the finance ministry, ruble payments will go to foreign investors type C accounts, which will require registration with Russia's National Settlement Depository to access the funds. The Treasury previously had allowed Moscow to send dollar payments through the U.S. financial system to bond holders as part of the carve out to the sanctions it imposed after Russia invaded Ukraine. But the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control said late Tuesday it would let the exemption expire Wednesday, meaning that chances of a Russian default have jumped. Rating agencies have said ruble payments for dollar-denominated debt would constitute a default. Okay, well, what are you going to sue me? Get my assets from the banks where I have them. Good, and then the banks will lose credibility as well. Russia is staring down an artificial situation created by an unfriendly nation. Finance Minister Anton Siluanov said in a statement, "We have the money and willingness to pay." Yeah, we all know that. He added that the current situation isn't comparable to Russia's default on roughly $40 billion of its local bonds in 1998 until the loved President Yeltsin, loved by the Americans, because they were doing whatever they wanted in Russia at that time with Yeltsin. That's why Yeltsin and Russia between 1991 and 1999, before this evil guy Putin came to power, was the greatest Russia they ever had. They ever had at their disposal. So when Moscow did not have enough funds to pay in 1998. Yes, until now, the U.S. sanctions waiver had allowed Russia to keep up with bond payments amid wartime sanctions. And wartime sanctions with another country, not with the United States, pointed out. At the beginning of May, it narrowly avoided a historic default after a clearinghouse processed its payment at the very last moment. Russia must pay roughly $100 million in foreign debt payments on Friday, but transferred the funds last week in anticipation of the sanctions waiver expiring, Bloomberg reports. So they even did it ahead of time, so they knew this waiver will expire. They did it ahead of time. So that shows an extra care to pay and make the payment. So I think the Russians said that they will, I don't know, sue the U.S. Treasury for blocking that and had no authority to, legal authority to do this and that. It's just a political stunt, and we'll find out. The thing is, these guys had nothing to do, the United States, with the war in Ukraine. They inserted themselves over there because they wanted, and then you block these guys' a transfer with this. Do you think this situation will be repaired in the future? I don't think so. And the thing is, other people see it. I mean, people who are really, below 86 intelligence coefficient, so their IQ 86 and below, they don't see these kind of things. They are the ones that are vested into this. They have an interest to do this. They gain something, okay? They are the cuckoo heads that I said below 80, 86 that don't see it. And they are the ones that are outside and say, wait a second, this is my money, and this is what's happening. They know exactly what's happening. These guys have the money, the funds, want to pay, and these guys prevent them. What are they going to say? Let them pay the money. They're going to say, oh, Russians, it's your fault. No, you let them pay the money. So you lose credibility, banking credibility, and in the business, as I said, that's an important aspect when you make dealings and you negotiate and you make a deal with someone. Credibility. That's why you have the rating. The ratings everywhere. Oh, the good payer, not good payer. Yeah. So anyway. We'll see what's going to happen. They pay in rubles. I don't know the rubles if it's going to be part of the second poll on this global poll made by created by Russia and probably China, more certainly China and Russia. Then probably is going to be a currency that's going to be used in their bloc, and they will get away from the dollar and euro. And then probably they could do business directly in won or in yuan or in rubles. We'll find out, or maybe in rupees. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.